Welcome to this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Luck. Well, if you go into the Better Bean coffee shop in Central Square, you may notice photos dotting the walls. The group Photo Voice has been working with students at the high school tackling the topic of underage gambling.
Each week for 5 weeks, students got together and they talked about the topic of gambling. They went out into the community and took pictures about the topic, and we came back as a group and had focus groups, and you'll see with some of the quotes, these are the students' voice.
For the students, this wasn't only an educational opportunity, but an eye-opening experience as well.
We walked in day one, didn't know anything about Photo Voice. They explained it, and then every week we went out with a new question, took photos of what we thought represented it, and now we know more than all of our rest of our high school friends.
Before I was part of this program, I didn't know much about gambling, but after I realized that it's such a huge problem in our society today, and through our work we want to let people know that it's a problem and it needs to be fixed soon. Otherwise things will only get worse.
We'll have more on this coming up on the Bridgewater Review. Now, if you haven't seen the students' photography, you can still stop by Better Bean, and coming up in a couple of weeks, there will be new photos that will be hanging for public viewing. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito was in Bridgewater on Tuesday with quite the announcement. Polito told town employees that Bridgewater would be receiving a $3 million grant to help repair and improve conditions on Elm Street here in town. The Lieutenant Governor said that Bridgewater is unique with the opportunities that people have.
The workforce skills that are needed for the growth in our economy are real. You have great partners in Bridgewater State and Massasoit Community College and your vocational career tech schools. You earned it. This is a competitive round. Not everybody gets the trophy. You have to compete for it. And Bridgewater, you are doing all the right things. And congratulations to you putting your team together. You've got great leadership here. Good decisions that you're making, and it's a real honor for Charlie and I and our administration to partner with you and to work with you. Congratulations.
This is part of a Mass Works grant, which has had $275 million given to 138 projects in 106 cities and towns so far, with potentially another $250 million getting added to the program in future years. Polito said that she was most impressed by the town's revamped zoning. You can watch the full presentation online at btvaccess.com. Turning to weather today, and while we may have chilly conditions, it could be worse or better depending on your outlook. Mount Washington received its first measurable snowfall of the year this past weekend. It was only about an inch, but officials say they love all types of weather, but winter conditions hold a special place in their hearts. We're less than 2 weeks away from Halloween, and the decorations and costumes are starting to come together all around town and the area. That includes us here at the studio as we get ready for the Bridgewater Now Halloween edition. You can show off your Halloween decorations or costumes by emailing jluck@btvaccess.com, and we'll put it on the program and Bridgewater Review as well. Let's send it over to Brian Berard for a look at sports.
Thanks, John. The BR girls soccer team had their senior night on Tuesday night and honored 13 seniors. Yeah, that's right, 13 seniors, which is pretty much half the roster. Coming into this one, the Lady Trojans were 11-1 on the season and undefeated in the OCL, and they took on Big 3 foe Durfee, who came into the game at 1-11, but they were 1-1 in league play. Trojans walked away easily from this one 6-0. The scoring started 15 minutes into the first half after a Nicole Arnold cross into the box was missed by Brooke Covino, but Cece Barron was there to make the beautiful strike behind Durfee goalkeeper Anusha Lembian for her first career goal. 20 minutes later, Covino played a nice ball to Victoria Smith that could have been called offside, but the referee said otherwise, and Smith was all alone to take the 2-0 lead for BR. And just a few minutes later, in stoppage time, Alemian couldn't handle a shot into the box by Victoria Smith from distance, and Brooke Covino was there to clean up the mistake to give the Trojans a 3-0 lead at the half. Now moving on to the second half, and again, it was all BR. To get things going in the second half, it was another Smith to Covino connection as Brooke Covino took a beautiful turnaround shot towards the far post, giving her a second goal of the game. Sophomore Cassie Tofteru checked into the game in the second half as well, and was rather an immediate impact as she scored the final 2 goals of the match for BR. First off, a nice feed from Covino.
Covino has a couple options here. She has a streaking Tofteru there. Tofteru now gets past her defender. Tofteru in the box. Tofteru, shot, score! Cassie Tofteru checks into the game with the 5th Trojans goal.
And the second came after a collision by Madison Bolio and Alemian right in front of the box, and Tofteru was there to once again clean up the mistake.
Towards the middle of the field, Arnold up to Mafuz off her shoulder for Johnson. A collision in the box, and that's actually sent in by Cassie Tofteru, her second.
Now the girls have already clinched their spot in the South Sectional. Now they're just playing for seeding at this point, trying to get some more home playoff games. That's all for sports. John, back to you.
Thanks, Brian, and thank you for watching this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Luck.